Right, here we are. I'm out here doing mission number 1, the Make Mountains Out of Molehills for the industry mission. And if I look at the details of my mission here, my assignment is to come out here and mine 1,000 units of Veldspar. And they've provided a location where there is a Veldspar asteroid, regardless of the way newbie systems usually get mined out very quickly early in the day. And I have, if I look at my cargo hold here, I have 4,000 Veldspar in the hold, which is currently full on this, what ship is this? I don't remember. Heron that I'm using for a mining ship at this point, because I don't yet have the Venture. I haven't gotten to the point where they give me one. And my hold is full. Now what I can do as an option, as a way to come up with a little bit of extra ISK, if I choose to do it, is that now that my hold is full, I can go ahead and warp back to the dock and empty out my hold. And then instead of completing the mission right away, you see I scroll this mission down like so, and I have 3 hours and 9 minutes in which to complete this mission. In that time, I can empty out my hold and go back and mine some more, and do that I think 2, maybe 3 times to mine up a whole lot more Veldspar than the requirements are calling for. And that will be ore that I can sell and have a little bit of extra cash if I choose to do that, which, knowing me, I probably will. Alright, I'm partway through my 3rd trip out here to this asteroid, mining up some more Veldspar out of it. And at the end of the 2nd trip, a couple of rats flew in. Now by rats, I mean NPC pirates. Just take the word pirate and look at the last few letters of it, and that's where you get the name rats. They flew in, and my ship at the time did not have any weapons on it. So when I flew back to dock, not only did I unload the Veldspar I had mined previously, but I took the light electron blaster and antimatter charge S ammunition that was on the Ibis and mounted them on this ship, and then flew back out here and took care of the pirates, and even found their wrecked ships and looted some stuff out of it, in this case some metal scraps, which themselves can be reprocessed into minerals or sold outright by themselves. Now, at some point during these career missions, I'm going to get a drones skill book, and I'm going to train up drones. Now, once I get that skill up to, I believe it's level 3, I will be able to use Hobgoblin 1 drones. And I will put them in the drone bay of any ship that has a drone bay. And that way, like for example, later when I'm out mining in a Venture, I will have at least 2 drones in its drone bay, and those drones will do the fighting for me, and I will be able to use both of my turret hardpoints for mining lasers. It does require paying attention and keeping an eye on what's going on so that you don't get blown apart when you don't have to be. But it's a very good thing. You always want to have drones if you can. They are very useful and very helpful. And now, I'm going to finish up with this rock. Alright, I did finally finish up with that asteroid. Or rather, I got to the point where I didn't want to bother with it anymore. Because I made 8 trips back to the station with Veldspar. I now have 30,604 Veldspar after the agent took the 1,000 they were looking for. And the reason for that is that it kind of comes in handy. Like for example, with this next mission, what I have to do is mine 100 units of Veldspar for reprocessing, come back here, reprocess it, and talk to him again. He'll take the minerals and give me a new mining frigate. It gives me the skill book mining frigate when I accept the mission, and he's going to give me a venture when I complete the mission. But I'm not going to go out and mine the ore for that Veldspar, for the titanium. Mine the Veldspar ore to get titanium. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to mouse over the Veldspar, and I'm going to hold Shift, and then left click and drag, and let go. And I'm going to say, okay, he wanted 100 units. Okay. And now I'm going to right click on that 100 units and come down here and reprocess. And that will turn it into some titanium. That's 199 titanium. How much did he want? 150. Okay. That means I now have what he wanted. So I will accept the mission. You'll notice up here it's already complete. And now I will complete the mission. And I look down here, and there's a skill book for mining frigate. And if I go over here and look in the ship hangar, there is a venture mining frigate. And this venture is a good little mining frigate, let me tell you. It has a... Okay, I'll go ahead and assemble it. And I will go ahead and make it active. Oh, I have to have mining frigate level 1 before I can do that. Okay. Bring up my skill training. Mining frigate to level 1. I'll put that at the top of the list. Just drag it up there and let it go. And in 10 minutes, I'll be back with a little bit about the venture.
Skill training completed.
All right. Now that mining barge, or the mining frigate 1 is trained, we can do something with the venture. Go ahead and make that active. And here it is. This little mining frigate is really pretty good. It has an ore hold. You see, in addition to its... Okay, look right here. In addition to its regular hold, which is only 50 cubic meters, and you'd think, well, I'm not going to mine much with that. No, you're not. It has an ore hold with 5,000 cubic meters. So that is a whole lot better. It also has a drone bay that can hold 2 drones. And I'll get to that in a moment. Well, let's have a look at its fitting screen. Got 3 high slots, 3 mids, and 1 low slot. There are 3 rig slots as well. And I'm not going to get into rigs just yet. The high slots, you'll want to put 2 mining lasers up here. In the mid slots, you can put like a survey scanner, which will tell you how much ore is remaining in the asteroids. You can put a shield boost and like an adaptive invulnerability field and stuff like that in there to give you a little bit better shielding. And perhaps an overdrive injector down here in the low slot. That's just an example. There are a lot of different ways to fit this thing. But that would be decent for an early beginner miner. And with that 5,000 cubic meter ore hold and 2 mining lasers, you can do pretty good with the mining with that thing. If you wanted to do a lot of mining, the Venture is definitely a good ship to start with. Let's see. I minimize that. Okay, the mining frigate skill. It is required for, at level 1 of that skill, it is required to use the Venture. Now the Venture's mining frigate bonus, it has 5% bonus to mining yield, a 5% reduction to gas cloud harvesting duration. In other words, it doesn't take as long. For its roll bonus, it is a mining ship. It gets a 100% bonus to mining and gas cloud harvesting yield. In other words, you mine with this ship and you'll get stuff 100% faster. and it has a 2% bonus to ship warp core strengths. In other words, if somebody's trying to use a scram on you, then this would give you a better chance of surviving against that. At level 3, this skill is required in order to train Mining Barge. And Mining Barge is like the next thing up in terms of mining ships. Let me have a look here. Alright, ships, mining barges, the Coveter, which is this one right here. And then there's the Procurer. It's a little shorter and smaller than the Coveter. And down here, the Retriever. They all have different attributes, different ideal roles that they're used in, but they're all very good. Very useful ships. If you want to do a lot of mining, this would be the next step up, and then from that you would go to Exhumers, where you could get the Skiff, which I believe is a Tech 2 version of the Procurer, and the Mackinac, which is a Tech 2 version of the Retriever. The Mackinac has like a 27,000 cubic meter ore hold. Very good. And with skill bonuses, by getting the right skills up and so on, that ore hold gets bigger. The Mackinac that I use as Testicles Alden has a 35,000 cubic meter ore hold. So that's pretty good. Alright. There is a lot in here. But in any event, and then at level 5, you can, this skill at level 5 is needed in order to fly the Prospect. The Prospect is basically a Black Ops mining frigate. It can use covert ops cloaking devices. It's got all the other same bonuses, pretty much. The bonuses to mining yield and gas cloud harvesting, and a reduction in ship signature radius, 100% bonus to mining and gas cloud harvesting, 100% bonus to cloaking device CPU reduction. It can fit a covert ops cloaking device and covert ops field, a covert sinusoidal field generator, and so on. It's really good. A good ship for mining in hazardous space. Now, speaking of mining, since I know I'm going to end up needing that for mining, I'm going to go ahead and make the Heron active for a moment. And I'm going to remove this mining laser from it. And I'm going to go view market details. And I can get another one right here in the station for 15,000. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And I'm going to fit this one to the active ship. Go to the item hangar where the other one landed, and I'm going to fit that one to the active ship. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. I forgot to switch back to the Venture. That was really silly. Okay. Fit these miners to the ship. Now there's this. A shield booster could go in this slot. As a matter of fact, I believe the Ibis has one on board. We'll strip that off. Here's a shield booster. Alright, drop that on there. That'll boost its shield strength. And I could like get an adaptive invulnerability field, and I would want to have a survey scanner in one of these mid slots as well, because like I said, it tells you how much ore is remaining in the asteroid you're mining. Another thing I would say about mining is that yes, it can be a boring occupation. It is not something everybody wants to do, And a lot of people will be tempted to go out and start their ship mining and then AFK, or basically switch off to watching videos or reading a book or going and making coffee or whatever. Mining AFK is always a bad idea, and I would strongly recommend not doing it, because while in the upper levels of high security space, 0.8 and 0.9 space, you won't have a problem with asteroid belt rats. You will have a problem with them occasionally starting at 0.7 and going downward. And also there are players that like to find miners that are just sitting there mining AFK and blow them up. That's a whole pile of something, but that's the way it is. And they're having fun doing it, and they think they're doing people a favor by doing it. We're not going to debate the politics of that one way or the other. It's just a simple fact that it happens.